Hello everybody! In today's video, we're going to be heading up to Kennebunkport in the great state of Maine to check out the Seashore Trolley Museum. So let's grab some snacks, maybe a Dunkin', and hit the road. Hey everybody, we're here today at the Seashore Trolley Museum in Kennebunkport, Maine. So it's a beautiful Friday, and so we're going to come in here and check this out. We've heard about this place for a long time. We've been meaning to check it out, and so now we're here. So we're going to head up that driveway. We're going to find a place to park, buy our tickets, and start our visit. Alright guys, so we have arrived here at the Seashore Trolley Museum in Kennebunkport, Maine. Just give you a look around from the parking lot perspective here. See lots of old trolley cars over there in the distance. We'll probably be taking a look at those today. Alright, so right in front of us is the visitors and reception area. I'm sure that's where we'll go in and buy our tickets, along with the museum store. So let's take a walk in and buy our tickets and get started. Okay, so we purchased our tickets. They were about $13 a piece. I think we got a shot on the price board over there. They get punched by the conductor. And so those are pretty cool looking tickets. The little grid down here is all of the, not all, but some of the cities that the trolley cars that are in the collection come from. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so this is the map that you receive when you purchase your tickets. And we're just going to show you the order in which we tackled things. So when you come in here, this is the parking lot right here, obviously, and then the visitor center right here. You come out of the ticket booth here, and then the first thing you're going to do is take your trolley ride tour along the route here. So you basically start at this station here, and you come up, and that tour will take you up into this loop here. Now we came back here and we got off not at the visitor center again, but at this Morrison Hill station. And from there, we went over to the Riverside Car House. So that's the second thing we did, right there. After the Riverside Car House, what we did was we took a walk over to the restoration shop, which is right here. So that's the second thing we did. After that, we kind of walked back around the front of the Riverside Car House, and we took a walk up here to the Highwood Car House here. So that was the other thing we did. And this car house here is actually 3 tracks wide that you can see there. Now you can see on this dotted line here, this tells you kind of where you're allowed to go and where you're not allowed to go. The idea is you should stay inside this black dotted line here. Anything outside that is just for the employees. And then as we came back, you're going to notice here that there's this South Boston car house here on the map with 3 tracks going in. That was closed while we were there. So I think they're setting up another exhibit somewhere for that. I think that was the story they gave us. But yeah, so that's something that we couldn't visit while we were there. And depending on the timing of your visit, maybe it'll be open or the new facility will be open. Now, one of the other things we visited was a Tower C, and that was the tower that came from the Boston MBTA line there. And that Tower C was right there in relationship to the visitor center. And then another big kind of stationy looking building, the Northampton Station, that was here at the end of the parking lot. That's also visible in the video as well. So we just wanted to give you an idea from this map here, what's available to walk around, the exhibits you can go into, and so forth. So yeah, there you go. All right, so we just got our tickets, and we've just caught the 10:30 trolley. Where do you want to sit? Like maybe right here?
Yeah. All set. All ready. day, we have to stop here.
Stop here anyway. Morning and welcome to the Seashore Trolley Museum, the world's first and largest such museum. Please, if you have questions, just feel free to interrupt me or throw your hand up, and I'll do the best I can to answer questions you might have. I'd said that earlier that this car was built in Cincinnati in 1924, and it ran in Wheeling, West Virginia until 1948. The railroad that we've just ridden over, the right-of-way, was actually an intercity, interurban railroad here in southern Maine called the Atlantic Shore Line Railroad. It was built in 1904 and ran with both passengers and freight until 1927. By that time, circumstances had changed and it was no longer profitable to operate it. And when the railroad left, they pulled up all the track, the rails, the wooden cross ties, the overhead copper wire, anything that would be either salvageable on another part of the line that was continued or would be sold for scrap. So when in 1939 the museum was founded, and in subsequent years as our demonstration railroad was built, our volunteers have put back everything. The Atlantic Shoreline Railroad left nothing but a right-of-way. And this is typical of a suburban or interurban railroad, which were very common all across the country. Electric railways were a big business in the early days of the 20th century. As big as the dot-coms were to business at that time, because most people had no other way to get around. And streetcars in cities or lines in suburban areas allowed the development of cities and suburbs, because, again, people had no other transportation other than their feet, and you can't walk all that far unless you're a far better runner than I am. This is Morrison Hill.
So the museum has a lot of static trolley cars on display. So we're just going to walk down and check them out. And if there's any descriptive cards here, we'll try to show them. Such as car 38 right here. You can see that rotating sign that they would turn depending on what route they were on. Pretty sure how that's how that would work. These are all obviously from different eras. There's not a ton of room here to get any wide shots, so I think we're just restricted to this walkway here to get our views. Looks like there's a bird's nest up there on that car. Interesting. Some of these cars you can get into, but the lighting isn't the best. So we're kind of in a low light situation here. And we didn't bring a portable light, unfortunately. Let's see if we can't get a look at the controls here. And there's a good look at the front of the car that's behind us here. And again, I think the birds love this place. Well, the bird's nest. Looks like some kind of a heater. I don't know if it's original to the car, but it looks like it's all cast iron, so it could be. And then you get your money taker here to pay your fare. And it looks like a little spot for the conductor to sit, or a conductor to sit. Here's a car that looks like it's for track cleaning. You can see the brushes underneath. It's a snow sweeper. Here's a car from Sydney, Australia. It's very tight in here, so it's hard to get a nice wide shot. Little advertisement up there for Women's Weekly. And they have, these cars have an entrance for every row of seating. Wood slat seats. And there's looking back the other way. You can see here the trolley pole mechanism here. We have a video on a Peter Witt streetcar that actually has a working trolley pole. So it's the same type of thing here. You've got the cable attaches to the trolley pole up there. One of our earlier, when we got here, a video, I think we caught one of the conductors actually raising a trolley pole when one of the streetcar tours were taking off, the one ahead of us. So there's the trolley pole up there, and there's the little cable that runs down into that spool there. That's how they tie it down or lower it and raise it. But yeah, pretty cool. They got a lot of cars here to look at. This is just the first shed that we've walked into. Again, you've got those trolley pole mechanisms there. Over here. Little winding mechanism there. To lower to raise it. All right, let's check out another shed. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the shop area where they do repairs and restorations. You can see they've got a restoration underway here, which is pretty cool. A lot of wood in these streetcars. And then you've got a lot of machine work down here, machine shop. And you can see they really squeeze the trolley cars in here, don't they? Go this way. So interesting, there's a Lechmere sign over there. And Lechmere used to be a stop on the Green Line in Boston. And Lechmere was a department store. It's not there anymore. It hasn't been around for a long, long time, but it's funny because it was there when I was younger. So that Lechmere sign actually brings back quite a few memories. of the Green Line trolley line in Boston on the T. So over here through these windows, you can see there is a woodworking and paint shop here. We can't go in, but we can look through the windows. It's a sash and door shop. There we got a little diesel yard switcher over there. The interesting thing about those is that you can actually buy those for the Garden Railroad. Pico sells a few different styles and colors of those. We don't have one for our Garden Railroad, but yeah, interesting to see one in real life. Got a set of trolley wheels here. See if we can get some different angles here. A lot of spare parts lying around here, or a lot of repair parts. All right, so as you might expect at a trolley museum, the place is just networked overhead with tons of wires, just obviously over every track because just about all these trolleys here run on electricity with the overhead wires. So we're gonna go take a walk into the James D. Shands Highwood car house here. This will be the second car house we've gone into, and again, like the first one, I think this is going to be really tight, so we might not be able to get too many wide shots of the trolley cars that are in here, but yeah, we'll walk through and do the best we can. There's a couple of oldies over here on the end. This guy here, and then this one over here. Looks old. I can't really tell which one would be older, this one or this guy right here. Some of these we'll be able to get on, and some of them we won't. So this is one of these open trolleys here. Kind of like that one from Sydney, Australia, where you just hop in whatever row you want to get on. You just get on. There's no doors and it's not enclosed. And it looks like this one here is from Connecticut. Here's one here from Bedford, Maine. And you can see that trolley pole mechanism up there. The Bedford and Saco Railroad Company. Again, an open trolley that you just pick your row and get on. Just kind of like the trains at Disney. It stops and you just pick your row and hop on. Here's one from Montreal. This one doesn't even have a roof to it. I wonder if that was some kind of a tourist or a tour trolley of some sort. We're not trolley historians. We just have an interest And when, you know, this place here is right up here in New England, it's pretty close to us, you know, relatively speaking. And we've never been here, so we figured we'd take the trip up, check out the trolleys. This is Newton via East Cambridge, so that would be around the Boston area. Newton is one of the suburbs of kind of cities right outside of Boston, and Cambridge right next door. Oh yeah, so this Canadian one here, I'm just kind of swinging around. This is an observation tour car, so I don't think it's for your average commuter, or was for your average commuter. Oh, cool flag. Yeah, that would have been kind of fun to take a trip on that, being way up on the back deck there. Good visibility, I'm sure. Again, not really getting super wide shots here, so we're doing the best we can with this, with our camera here. So this one here is actually a cable car from San Francisco. So you can see the, if we kind of get the camera on here, I'm not sure if we're supposed to climb up on here, but you can see there, that lever is the controls that would grab the cable that's under the street, pulling the car up and releases and all that. So that's pretty interesting. There you can see the controls right there. All the levers. This one here is from the United States Mail, Railway Post Office. And we get a big double decker here. There's no way we're gonna get this in one shot here, so we'll just kind of pan across. Looks like this is from Scotland. And it looks like this one we can get on, so let's take a quick peek. Again, the lighting here is not great, so hopefully the camera will pick up. There's enough light for the camera to pick up some of the details in here. Here's the little, well, stairway going up to that second deck. There. It's closed off, but maybe I can get the camera up there to take a look. But anyway, just walk through. Very ornate upholstery on the seating. And then on the back of the car, you've got another stairwell going up. More controls at the other end. And we missed one car over here, so we're going to come over here and take a look at, oh, two. We have a, looks like a, kind of like a stagecoachy type of wagon here. And then this Oxford Village Union Street Railway Company. A Let's check out where this is from. So this is a horse-drawn trolley. Pretty cool. It's hard to even imagine living in a time when your public transportation was drawn by a horse. Here's one from Chicago. Cool thing here is you can see they got these little step-ups here for maintenance. Chicago, Aurora, and Elgin, I think is that last word down there. But this one here I think we can get into, so let's take a walk through. Super dark in here. You've got your little luggage racks up here. And you got that bell cord running down the center. Seat upholstery feels a little like leather or pleather or naugahyde or something. Can't really tell which. Love the advertisements on the inside of these. I'm sure they're not original. Well, I don't think they're original. More controls. And out the other end. Another double-decker here. This one is from Rome, Italy. Let's take a look. Controls. Look at the flooring here. It's like a wood. Not quite planking, but it's like that slat floor. Slat chairs. Folding chairs. You got the little operator seat there. Controls. There's the insignia or logo on the side of the one from Rome, Italy here. So that's the one we were just in. That guy right there. Is that double decker? It's all roped off. We can't go into this one. It's pretty tall. Anyway, there's the placard for that one, for the double decker. And here's one from Philadelphia. You can see here we're just going up and down aisles here. Now we're on the other side of this tour streetcar from Montreal. This one here has a center exit. So this one here could be a Peter Witt design. And as you look down, they've got these green frosted glass kind of shading on top of the window panes on top of the windows, and it's giving the inside of this a pretty cool green glow. Come back here. Operator seat controls. Hopefully the camera's adjusting to the light in here okay. Yeah. And this is the first trolley car we've been in that has these, kind of old-timey or kind of 50s-ish, if you will, handholds. Hand grabs there. Got lots of poles here. And this must be a conductor's seat of some sort. And the other end. Oh, we can walk right out. Looks like we can walk into this one. Where is this one from? Brooklyn Rapid Transit. You might notice that some of these cars have a rattan upholstery to them. So the trolley that we rode on our tour, our little tour ride at the beginning, also had rattan upholstery. And the conductor said that it's pretty durable stuff, and it's cheaper, much cheaper than leather. And then lastly, as we come out, you've got the city of Manchester. Now, scattered throughout the whole museum, as you walk around, you're going to see these signs or placards or whatever here, and they're all numbered and they all have a topic. So this one here is trackless trolleys. Now, we saw the first three when we came in by the visitor center, which had basically the history of the museum type of information on it, but they're all over the place here. If I swing around here, you'll see there's number 12 over here. So this is about buses. We're not going to show each and every one. I don't even know if we've seen all of them in sequence, but this is something that you would definitely want to read if you visited the museum itself and kind of took your time and went through. For us to show them on this video would just take, I think, too much time. But just know they're here, and they're full of really great information. The museum also has a huge transit bus collection. A lot of them are kind of like this. They're just sitting off to the side here. This one from the Golden Gate Bridge, or at least that's its stop, is the Golden Gate Bridge. Golden Gate Transit. So if we kind of swing here, again, they're all in various stages of disrepair. But yeah, they all got a different kind of unique look to them. I feel like this museum has about 2,000 years worth of restoration projects. I don't know how far we can go down here. A lot of these places, once you reach a certain point, are closed off to just the maintenance or the staff who works here. So we'll just kind of look at these last couple here. There's one down there from Ottawa. Ottawa's got some representation down here. Cool. It's kind of fun looking at the manufacturers of the buses here. You've got GMC, Flexible, GM Coach, which I'm sure has to be part of General Motors Corp. You know, the GMC one back there. You've got Mack here. And this one, the manufacturer's placard is missing. But yeah, it's always fun to look to see who actually manufactured these, all these buses and equipment and so forth. So just to give you a little hint here about how they bring these buses in, you'll see that this one is sitting on an old flatbed and was never removed. It's got a tarp on it, so I can't tell. It looks like it's an MBTA green line trolley there. You can see the green paint, and you can see the MBTA markings on it. So that would be Boston, green line most likely, but you can see the truck, the truck trailer here, transport trailer that brought it in. Same type of trailer that hauls around like cranes and things like that. Wonder when they'll get to this. It looks all rusted out and they haven't even uncovered it yet. But they do a good job at restoring what the things that are restored really well, and they look really good. So you can see there's a lot of Boston MBTA stuff here. You can see there's a red line car down there, orange line cars here. We've seen some green line cars. So yeah, Boston's MBTA trolley cars of the past, well represented here at the museum. There we got some green line back there. That might be blue line. I can't see the T logo on it, but it definitely has the color characteristics of a Boston MBTA blue line car here. And then we've got one right here that we really can't tell what line it's from because it's all rusted out and stripped down. So yeah. Okay, so one cool thing you can do here at the museum is you can rent these bikes here that you pedal on the track. And there's a 2-seater, which is $60, and then there is a 4-seater, which is $100. But you go in a group because you're going on the same track that the trolleys run on, and so they just want to make sure that you're out of the traffic and all that stuff. So it's not that you can rent them and just go wild. We've seen people go by on the tracks, and it looks really fun. So it might be something worth checking out. You can see they get the bikes out ready for the next tour. So they get them all counted up for the right number of people. looking at right here is a signal tower from the Boston Elevated Railway. So this is kind of cool because we are from the Boston area. And Maine isn't too far from Boston, but it's kind of cool. Let's go in and check this out because inside, I believe it's going to give us the history. We have an old signal here, but yeah, so this is Tower C, and it's a signal tower built by the Boston Elevated Railway in 1901 as part of Boston's first elevated line. So here's a map that shows you exactly where it was. It's got a beautiful tin ceiling. And then we have some old signage from some of the various T stations and a token collection unit there from one of the trolley cars. So yeah, this little signal tower inside here is kind of a mini history of Boston's transportation system, MBTA. You've got a sign of some of the stops here. Anyway, that's the signal tower that was transplanted here from Boston. Very cool.
Thank you, dear. Have a super day.
So just to give you a quick look around the gift shop, typical stuff. You got your toys, t-shirts, everything trolley related. You can get sodas out of the cooler. You can get your postcards. We don't want to spend a ton of time filming here. People, I'm not sure about these people, but sometimes when we film in gift shops, the people who run the gift shops get a little freaked out when you're looking at their merchandise with a camera. So we have a tendency to just move through the gift shop fairly quickly just to give you an idea of what is available. That's the ticket booth way at the end there. And then we've got our MBTA toys here. So we got the wooden orange line, red line, green line, blue line, and the commuter rail. Good stuff, a lot of regional stuff here. So. And then you've got your history books here on various regional lines here, like Chicago, York County, which is here in Maine, Boston and Maine. So yeah, a lot of different things here. Oh, and then you've got your Boston Transit map there, which is a more modern take on it than the one we saw in the signal tower. And then some models across the top. So anyway, that is the gift shop. All right, so that's going to do it for our visit to the Seashore Trolley Museum up here in Kennebunkport, Maine. I think we had a great time. We saw a lot of good things. It was fun to ride on the old-timey trolley, and it was fun to see all of the restored projects, and it was fun to see all of the things that that need to be restored. So I think they got their hands full. They've got a good collection now. They've got a good thing going, and but looks like they have a lot of projects that they could do. Which is kind of cool. I don't think they're going to run out of anything. And then there's also some new construction going on here. They have a new shed that they're building that isn't quite open yet. They've got this building over here, which I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, but yeah. So we would highly recommend coming up here if you're ever in the Kennebunkport area. So I think that's going to do it for today, and we'll see you in the next video.